Welcome back to this Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. We're here in the gas dormitories for the miners, and we just saw a log which indicates that the maintenance officer, or somebody who sounds like the maintenance officer, tricked a guy named KOTOR into helping capture us, the Jedi, in a kidnapping attempt. We'll have to see what happened to KOTOR, but we already kind of know because we found his body just up ahead. Let's see if we can get a couple more answers here. Now, we know that the droid that we ran into was notoriously unhelpful, or notably unhelpful. He's not notorious yet. It was also using the maintenance officer's voice. So I have a feeling that it was not in fact the maintenance officer that KOTOR was talking to. And here at the turbolift access console, we can look at the, try to open the door. We have the code. Presumably that's what that military flash code is. So let's enter it. And it tells us that it's incorrect. Okay. Well, the other option here is to access the camera log, so let's see what the camera has to say.
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you Murklack. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
KOTOR, this turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You. It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me. But then you had to ruin everything by revealing her identity and then trying to harm her. And that I cannot allow.
Statement. You are a risk, KOTOR. You are impulsive, crude, and soon deceased.
Yeah, okay. Exactly what we saw coming there. You know, they could at least try to fight back. It's not like these mining droids are that.
Query. KOTOR, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes, in case you managed to get this far.
Well, that's the piece of information we needed. We just have to enter the code in reverse. Easy enough. And actually you can avoid that entire sequence by just breaking the turbolift console and that'll get you out. But you kind of missed the explanation as to what is actually going on. You know, some people might care. Now that we've gotten through, let's talk to Ad. Oh, it's Kreia. Do you have something cryptic to say? Yeah, she does. Now it's being buggy again. So, well, let's go.
If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
Okay, and it explains that Kreia has this special ability, which is, she also has a force chain, but Mentor gives a bonus to all XP earned. It's not much of a, as I mentioned, there's the whole thing with the dynamic difficulty, so being higher level doesn't actually make the game that much easier. But it is better to be higher level. I'll probably be using Kreia a fair amount, just because she's one of the more interesting characters in the game. This force chain ability, we'll get into that later. It's actually kind of important. Kreia is also a consular. I'll gain some levels for her and be right back. Kreia, like Jolie Bindo from the first game, is permanently stuck at halfway between light side and dark side. And since I'm mostly a light side character, I'm going to use her for dark side powers I would not otherwise have access to. Not maybe all that important, but both good to have. Force Lightning in particular in this game is much better than it was in the first game because it doesn't have a damage cap. And so doing 25d6 damage to a group of enemies is actually fairly potent. And the upgraded version that causes force point drain is really not all that important. But hey, I'll probably get it eventually. Kreia is also, as she shows up, without a weapon. So I'll just give her one of these other... I've made just another longsword. I don't actually expect her to be using it that much. For the most part, I'm probably going to use a force power from her. I'll also give her just a basic mining laser just to make sure she has something. But let's go talk to Atten. These guys. The effect that they're using there is identical to the just standard stealth effect. So they're just using stealth fields.
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking?
Okay, well, it's time to get going, and we have to leave.
Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster. If not, then I fear our time together will be short indeed.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty. And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station.
Okay, Atten is...
Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue.
Well, I guess now I'm talking about Atten and getting interrupted instead of being interrupted by Atten. I guess that's a change. Anyway, Atten's a fairly standard party member. He's a scoundrel, which is the rogue class for here. He's got a lot of skills, and he's got sneak attack bonuses. He's fairly useful. I'll probably use him quite a bit, actually, throughout the game, just because I need somebody to pick locks and disarm mines, and he's quite good at both. Anyway, so here's our friend, who clearly is not just a protocol droid, and you can mention that you really didn't follow his instructions because, well, he's probably trying to kill us because he's an assassin droid.
Clarification. Assassin droid is such a crude term, Master, reserved for Durasteel drones uploaded with only the most archaic kill programs. The function I perform has been referred to as wanton slaughter. I prefer to see it as a means of facilitating communication, resulting in the termination of hostilities.
Right, whatever.
Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to resolve this matter, then you leave me no choice.
Okay, now the reason why they're being shot at is when I deactivated and then reactivated those droids earlier, I put them on my side. Not a big deal. This is not a hard fight. But the first thing I'm going to do is use an ion grenade from myself and Kreia. And Atten, I'll do this off screen. I'll just game the level and give him some weapons and such. Okay, everybody's throwing an ion grenade.
You say the word.
And this fight can actually be a little challenging if you don't just instantly win from the beginning like that. So that deals with our primary threat for this area. I guess that's that. And we'll just have to deal with that ship next time